Hi, I'm Carmen V. Luciano, and this is the Miscellaneous Vegan, where I share a little R&R, recipes, and reviews. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you like and subscribe for more recipes and reviews in New York City and around the world. And if you haven't done so, please make sure to watch my recent video of a charitable donation that I will be hosting. Today we're going to be making my French toast for breakfast. It's a Saturday morning and everybody's waiting for breakfast, so I'm going to try to make this video with you guys. So these are the ingredients you will need. These are the dry ingredients. That's flour in the bag. These are the wet ingredients. These are the measuring spoons and cups you will need. The spoon is 1 teaspoon and 1/2, and the cups are 1 cup and 1/4 cup. You're going to need 2 bowls, one large one for your dry ingredients and one small one for your wet ingredients. I have all my ingredients here to the right of the screen on a Lazy Susan, and we're going to begin. I'm going to begin with the wet ingredients because we're going to be using the measuring cups, and I don't want this wet when I go into the flour. So let's begin with the wet ingredients. Let me get the dry ingredients. So what do we need first? We need 1 cup of all-purpose flour. So let's get that. So there is 1 cup. That's 1 cup of all-purpose flour. And the next ingredient is, what do we need? We need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So here's my salt. And I'm going to get my 1/2 teaspoon. Okay. And the next ingredient is 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So let's add our baking powder. 1, 2. And the next ingredient is the nutmeg, and it's 2 teaspoons. Well, I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. Nutmeg is pretty strong. I don't want to add too much. And cinnamon. We'll add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. There we go. And we have all the wet ingredients. I forgot my whisk. Let me go grab that. Here I have my whisk. Now let's whisk the dry ingredients. And there you have it. Now let's get into the wet ingredients. Let's do the wet ingredients. Let's move this over here. Let's put this in the middle. There we go. So we're going to focus on the wet ingredients. What do we need for our wet ingredients? So for the wet ingredients, you need 2 cups of milk. I'm using this milk, or you could use your homemade milk. I ran out, so I'm using this. So it's 2 cups. 1, 2 cups. And then 1/4 cup of maple. This is a new bottle, so give me a second while I open it. Okay, so I'm not gonna use a measuring cup, but you guys should. It's 1/4 cup. I put a little bit more because you need to add sugar to that, but I just use maple syrup. And then 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I don't have vegetable oil. I only have coconut oil, so it's 2 tablespoons. Okay, so make sure you use a measuring cup, spoon for that. I have an idea because I make this recipe all the time. And then you're gonna mix this up. Oh, you can add a little bit of uh, vanilla extract. I'm using this one, just a little, maybe a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then you mix it up. And there you have it. You have your wet ingredients mix. You have your dry ingredients mix, and then you're gonna pour. Let me get up, make sure you guys can see this. You're gonna pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. And then we're just gonna mix. I usually do this in the blender, but I don't feel like doing that today. I don't feel like washing more dishes. It depends on how the batter comes out. If it comes out too lumpy, then I'm gonna have to put it into the blender. It smells so good. So you can put it into the blender to get out all the lumps. You don't want to do this extra work of blending it with your hands. Just pour it into the blender for a few seconds. Okay, that's done. So we're gonna go to the kitchen now. This is the bread that I use. And you see that this is all I have because Nick keeps eating it as snacks. So this is the bread. And this is the butter. And as you can see, I need to go food shopping. Okay, so we have our mixture here. We have our bread here and the butter. So let's get cooking. So the pan is on medium high heat. And I'm just gonna add the butter to the pan. So all you do is you just dip, and that's all. I don't like to soak it too much. I don't like it too wet. And then you just put it in the pan. Simple. Very easy. You just rinse and repeat, okay? That's all it is. I'm doing the second one off camera. I'm going to bring it over to the pan now. I'm only making enough for myself and my son. So that's 4 slices. You want to shake off the excess. There we go. And one more. I love to make these on Saturdays. Enough time for me to make it. I can't make it during the week. But you can actually. Correction. There's the last. So as I was saying, while the French toast cooking, let me check the fire. Is that medium high? I'm gonna raise it up just a tad bit. So let's look at how much of the liquid is left, and it's a lot. Now look at here. Look at all all that's left. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to put it in a mason jar. Lifting up the mason jar, and it's going to go right in here. And look at that. So that will last you a week in the refrigerator, meaning that you can make yourself some French toast in the morning during your work week. Because this takes some time for you to do. You don't have time in the morning when it's a busy morning, when you got to get ready for work. If you have kids, get the kids ready. You don't have time to do all that. I just want to get every last drop of, oops, of this. I'm looking at the camera and not looking. So there you have it. This is a nice, enough to last you the rest of the week so you can make French toast with whatever bread you have. I'm running out of the usual bread, so I'm just going to use whole wheat bread to make my French toast in the morning. So I can have French toast every morning for this week. I don't make French toast every weekend. Sometimes I make waffles, sometimes I make pancakes, and when I make waffles and pancakes, there's never any leftover batter. But the French toast, there's always leftover, so now I can have my French toast for the week. Let's check on these French toast, what they looking like. Ooh, they're looking real nice. Ooh, look at that. That looks good. Yumma. Alright, so move you down a little so I can get the other one. Yes, baby. That's what I like. Down and crispy. Yes. Alright, next one. Let's make sure. Oh, that one looks even better. Okay, so you just keep them on each side for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side, and then they're done. So it's been 4 minutes. Well, off camera, I was washing the dishes while this was cooking. So let's see how it looks. Okay, so that looks good. If you want it a little bit more crispy, you can leave it here, or you can put it in the air fryer. But I just leave it another 2 minutes here so it can be a little bit more crispy, and then I put it on the plate. And while I'm waiting for that to be done, I am heating up 2 of these Morning Stars original sausage patties in the air fryer. So now that the French toasts are done, we're just going to transfer them over. We're just going to transfer them over to a plate. So we have finished making the vegan French toast. Now let's get into the plate. Here is the vegan French toast, the final look. Let's move the strawberries out of the way. Let's look at that brown crust. Looks so good. I'm gonna add some maple syrup to it. Just look at it. Looks so yummy. Now let's taste it. Thanks for watching this how to make my vegan French toast and making it with me. I hope you enjoyed the recipe. And make sure you leave your questions and comments below and let me know other recipes that you would want me to do. But always remember, sweeties, be real, not perfect. Bye.